if I can remember who's on my left over here, we brought back our top scorer and returner in all-conference selection from last year's outdoor season, Olivia Paxton. Those that don't know, that's my daughter. She was also Rookie of the Year last year in cross country and is returning this year for the indoor and outdoor campaign. And on my right, we bring back Quemell Brave. Quemell was runner-up at the indoor long jump and the outdoor long jump, but also qualified for the NCAA postseason while setting school records both indoor and outdoor.
Can you kind of review how indoor has been going so far and kind of the expectations you guys have going into the championship in 3 weeks?
Yeah, we're 3 meets into the indoor season, and like you said, we got our indoor championship in 3 weeks at the new facility at Liberty University. Some very good performances. Quemell's currently leading the conference in the long jump by about a foot, so we feel really strong about that, and he's got some goals, obviously trying to get to the indoor championships, I think, is his ultimate goal. Harper Henson's also leading the conference. She was conference runner of the week last week in the 800 meters. Olivia opens up her campaign this week. Kevin Mills opens up his campaign this week. Kevin is a 2-time returning Big South champion. So not bad for the youth that we have. We've got some redshirt people, some people that are out with injuries, but the new people are filling the bill pretty well.
Olivia, can you talk about what you did last semester and why you weren't running cross country, just kind of fill people in?
Yes, last semester I did not run cross country because I was studying abroad in Argentina. So I was just down there studying, working on my Spanish, and running a lot. So I'm ready to get back to racing because I haven't raced since last outdoor season conference. So it's been a while, like 9 months. So.
Has it been difficult to get back into the swing of it and stay conditioned?
No, I was able to run while I was there. I kept up a pretty good training regimen. He would give me workouts, and I did them for sure, and it was difficult to stay motivated. So coming back, it was not too much different except for the fact that I have my teammates now, which is nice, so I don't have to do my runs all by myself. But it has been difficult not racing because I'm used to racing once every 2 weeks, and not racing for 9 months is pretty difficult.
What kind of expectations do you have for indoor and maybe what you're looking to do in outdoor?
For indoor, I would just really like to see where my fitness is, see where my training while I was abroad has brought me, maybe see if I can break a few school records in the DMR, distance medley relay, and maybe the 3,000 meters, and maybe place at conference in the 5,000 meters. And then outdoor, my ultimate goal is to win a conference title and break the school record in the 10K and the 5K because I think that is completely doable because I've learned from what I messed up last year.
Well, congratulations on your school record long jump recently in App State. Can you kind of assess where you're at right now and what your expectations are for indoor and then as well as outdoor?
Right now, I feel like I'm at my best right now. My goal for indoor is I want to make the top 16 to get to the indoor championship and hopefully bring home a gold medal in the Big South Conference.
What do you think it's going to take to do that?
It's going to take a lot of hard work.
I know the number. Kind of, but he's close. He's very close.
Yeah, I'm not far away.
Can you just kind of talk and give your assessment of where both of them are at to reach their goals?
Yeah, I mean, Quemell last week set a school record at Appalachian State, and if anybody's been to their basketball arena, they jump downstairs. It's a very small space, so you don't have your normal run-up, which is a 9-step approach. So he did that off a 7-step approach, which bodes very well that he's less than 9 inches away from what made it to the NCAA championships last year. What happens when we add the extra 2 steps and the extra speed? So we feel very strong about that, especially last year with his experience of going to the preliminary round. It wasn't what he wanted, but he kicked himself. He said, I blew an opportunity at Kentucky. Now I can get to Oregon. And I'm not wrong in assuming that. I think he told me that, and he's very excited. With Olivia, she's right on schedule. Her workouts are right now as fast, if not faster, than what Gene Stroud ran when Gene Stroud was conference runner of the year for 2 years in a row and won Big South titles at 5,000 and 10,000 outdoor.
Quemell, I know you're motivated by getting T-shirts. Jacket from the East Regional last year, man, and just how much are you using that experience, and what was that experience like for you going there and now trying to get yourself to Oregon?
Well, first off, I have to get back to Kentucky first. I can't wait to go back, and I'm mad I kicked
Tampa. We're going to Tampa this year.
Tampa. Yeah, I have to get back to Tampa. I'm mad I messed up at Kentucky, but for sure when I go back to Tampa, I'll be on top.
roles, basically you're kind of solo with your coach and your teammates pushing you. Kind of what keeps you motivated? How you get how you're able to push yourself?
Well, the support I have from my family and my friends back home, they keep me motivated. My friends here at Winthrop, they keep me motivated. I can talk to coach about anything. If I'm down, I can go talk to my coaches. I can call anybody. They keep me motivated.
Just kind of talk about where the team is heading in the door, but then also kind of touch on what you expect for outdoor as far as
Oh, definitely.
potentially compete for titles.
You're sitting here at a table with only 2 seats next to me, and obviously there's other people. We got Kevin Mills, who qualified for the NCAA postseason with Quemell last year.
Talk about why he's waited, or he's had to wait till now.
A little bit of the flu. We're hoping bronchitis he was diagnosed with, and Kevin's a 2-time Big South champion and NCAA qualifier along with Quemell. He will be back. Interesting, Gabrielle Boatwright, who was runner-up in the discus last year, is in graduate school this year. She'll be competing outdoors. She can vie for the discus title as well. And Liv's former roommate, Harper Henson, who's just is leading the conference at the 800 and just set a school record. So those are probably the 4 to watch, with a lot of younger names that we'll start to see and start to evolve as we go through the season. Our goal indoor is to sit there and I know that the university has a goal of winning 50 conference titles over the next 10 years, and we won 6 of those last year, 6 individual titles. And my goal every year is 5 to 10 conference titles. And our sport is interesting in that a conference title doesn't get you to the NCAA championship. You have to do it by time or distance. And last year, to be able to get 3 people to the NCAA postseason was huge. Obviously, a huge loss with graduating Martha Lee Cooper, 4-time All-American. But that's where Quemell wants to come in. That's what Liv wants to do. That's what Kevin wants to do. So if we can go in there and win those battles and get more people, conference titles, more people to the NCAA championship, then it establishes us as one of the premier programs in the, if not the Big South, in the South.
Talk about some of the featured meets.
Oh,
You'll go to.
definitely. Indoor, obviously, conference will be the biggest one that we look at indoor. Outdoor, we open up at UNC Charlotte, but we have our big meet here. We've got a lot of teams coming in. We're very excited about. We'll have about 30 teams here the last weekend in March. And then the following week, we'll have a limited squad, and we'll go to Florida Relays. That's where we'll see the best of the SEC, the best of the ACC, the best in the country. That will establish us, and then we'll also, at the end of April, go to Duke or UVA. We'll have some people going different places, and those meets will also see the best teams in the country. That's where you'll get to see your Michigans, your Notre Dames, your Miamis, your Floridas, and that's the chance that these kids have. Conference are trying to score points, but at those meets, that's where you can get your distance, you can get your time. That's where you're trying to get to the championship.
Any closing remarks?
No, just I want to thank Mark Cook for his time here, retiring, and as Sid's probably going to announce his retirement soon. I think Sid might outlast us all, which will now put me as the oldest person. As I said, I started here when I was 12, but I feel like that. But yeah, I just celebrated my 25th anniversary last week here at Winthrop University at a meet. Where else are you going to celebrate that? And obviously, it's a thrill to coach my daughters, a thrill to coach people like Quemell. Every year when Martha Lee Cooper leaves, or Quemell graduates, or Kevin graduates, or Liv leaves, you think, what am I going to do? But somebody comes up and makes it your year. And the kids, eventually, the student athletes save you every year.